what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, coming to you from Hall Pass Media in Newport Beach. This is Missin Curfew, and before the boys start snapping around, let's not forget, this show is always presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Obes, the up dog, and we got our boy. We picked him up in style. J Swish, 93-1, Schmaltzy. Welcome back, buddy. It's nice to have you in studio, my man.
93-1. What's up, fellas? Obi, you picked me up in style. The Rolls-Royce Ghost. Never been in one of those machines before. Unbelievable. It's going to be back in studio, the first one of the year, the debut of the 25-26 season for Swishy in studio. What's up, dog? How you doing?
Fellas, nice to see your face. I'm like, well, man, it's been a lovely couple days. Fucking spent a lot of time with the big fella last couple of days away from the studio. It's been nice.
Fuck, feel like I've been drunk since game 4 because I have been drunk and stoned since game 4.
That's okay. I mean, we talked about it. It's a lot of like nervous, bent up energy watching playoff baseball, especially when your squad, that you grew up cheering on.
Yeah.
It's not very often, but it's 25 fucking years since this have been.
Yeah, I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
When Joe Carter hit the famous touch 'em all, Joe, you'll never hit a bigger one. And not only was I, emotionally involved like you're a good Canadian lad, Fort Mac boy, Port Hope boy, but financially I was also involved too, because I've put myself once again in a little bit of a pinch here with football and a little bit of hockey. And I took my JAYS earlier in the year, and I had them in the series, and I took them after. So there was a big win for me.
So I'm realizing that you're a true fan to the max. You're a full on, maximalist Toronto Blue Jay fan to the point where you're going to drop everything and anything to go see these fuckers live. And you feel like me for my morning jacket. I'm kind of going full groupie style.
Yeah, just because like I said, it was 93 since the last time they did it. Are they going to get there again? I don't know. Who knows what the future holds here for anyone. And we got Vladdy and Bouchette's not signed yet though. But this team kind of caught lightning in a bottle. Are we going to get here again? I don't know. I can't pass up on the opportunity to get in there and mix it up and enjoy,
Yeah.
I wish you boys were coming. I wish Loops was coming. But 3 kids, and Loops has a baby. I get it. It's like,
one thing is playoff baseball is proven again to just be come October. There's really, I'm not interested, Swishy, during the season to watch anything. I want to get out there and hit home run derbies, hit balls with you boys. It's going to be great. But I'm not like, I don't want to go to the park once a week, twice a week, all through. But now, these moments that you can witness live or just witnessing it on TV is fucking. It's insane. So good.
No, I'm with you. I like popping in once a summer. We do our baseball trip where we'll go in and see different parks. We'll get on the road. We'll have to try the hot dog. And even then, we're not staying for the whole game, right? But there's nothing like October ball. And like Uppy said, I didn't realize you were such a fan. Or is it just because you're sweating out bets? Or are you actually this big of a fan? Because it feels genuine to me.
Yeah, no, I am this big of a fan. Shout out to my boy back in the day, lefty, Robert McNabb. Grew up playing baseball together. I play baseball every summer.
Yeah.
I love baseball just as much as hockey. Then shout out to the Northumberland Whiskey Jacks, my boy Stoney, Gordy Kelly, Chris Kelly. Played some baseball with those boys. Loved baseball, was a huge Jays fan. And there were some tough years, man. There were some tough years. When we wore those black and white uniforms with Vernon Wells and Alex Rios and poor Roy Halladay, God rest his soul. He was winning 20 games a year, and we were missing the playoffs by 20 games. It's there were some dark days, and then we got her back with Donaldson and Jose Batista, but never got over the hump. And this came out of nowhere. Loops put this team on my radar. It was during the playoffs, snapping around with you boys, not watching much Jays games. I'm like, yeah, right, they're not that good. And then as soon as Matty Tkachuk put the final nail in the coffin for your Oilers, I started watching. I'm like, this team's got some character, and that's what I like about them most. They got some guys, and they seem like they're getting along. That's why I really jumped on board, and they're pretty clutch, obviously.
So what would you do? What would you say to the coach if you had a chance to really before this series, next World Series starts? What would you say to him?
Well, I'm not quite as riled at him right now as I was heading into Game 6. I thought he did a good job with the bullpen, bringing Gossman in and then Bassett in, and then Hoffman, has proven me and Loops wrong. He's come in and done a great job. But after Game 5, when he brought Little in there, if I would have bumped into him in the streets of Toronto, I would have said something. What the fuck are you thinking, bud?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, use your head here. Like, it was awful managing.
And even the Bulldog, Max Scherzer, like his pregame antics leading up to it, he seems like an absolute psychopath. He kind of gives me shades of, you remember the movie The Rookie of the Year?
Whoever. Rosenbagger.
Yes. Phil Brickma, who was the pitching coach. He kills him. He heat up the ice cube. He reminds me of him a little bit with all of his little things he's doing before the game.
Yeah, and he's just fucked it. You can't even look at his eyes. He looks like a psychopath.
But yeah, his eyes are crazy.
Yeah. After the video last night when
he's on there with Jeter, when he's on the field yelling at the fans, like, the best part of that movie is the coach from Rookie of the Year when he gets caught in the old tall doors. He's stuck in there.
Yeah.
What a character.
That's Phil Brickma.
What a character. I love that guy.
Yes, unbelievable. So he kind of has shades of that to me where it's like, this guy might be on the spectrum when he's warming up for these games, but he's been pitching well. He's an old, cagey veteran. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it was great. And speaking of good hot dogs, Seattle's got a great dog. Great dog up there. So we get in there, you'll get a good chuckle out of this because obviously throughout this wouldn't surprise you. I could bang down hot dogs. That probably doesn't surprise you, right? Yeah. We used to I went to Fenway Park one time. I had 7 Fenway Franks, followed by 8 beers.
So you almost did the 9 show before it even happened, before it was trending.
Like I was going, but the girl I was dating at the time,
the girl had a double single.
The girl I was dating at the time, her dad was a recovering alcoholic, a great guy, music guy. So I just didn't want him to see how many beers I was absolutely banging down. So every time I went down for a beer, I'd kind of pound a beer and then I'd slam a dog and then I'd go back. So every time I was getting the beer, I was getting the dog.
How was the heartburn after that one?
Oh, I left Fenway Park. You had to roll me out of there.
Oh my God. Get a roll and roll aids.
Yeah. Back then I could handle it. Now if I did that, it would be get me to the hospital.
Yeah, you'd be having a jammer.
I'd be having a big time jammer.
Yeah.
So anyways, we get in there. The Loops wants a dog, eh? I'm like, all right, let's get your dog, fella. But we get a beer first. Get your dog. So we get in there and he goes to this fucking typical Lupo, right? Like a nice gourmet dog. I'm like, fuck. Now I'm gonna wait. I don't want a sausage. So he comes down. He's too much bun, eh? He's like, too much bun, and he's got mustard. If he doesn't take a bite, right, all like on my jersey, on my pants. I go, historically, this would have been me spilling the mustard on you, fella. I'm like, let's go up and get your real dog. So anyways, went back up there, found the real dogs. Treat yourself. If you're at T-Mobile, nice hot dog there. Yeah. Real nice.
Potato bun, like good bun?
Just like not all the bun, more dog than bun. Okay. And it's just like a standard ballpark hot dog, but one of the better ones I've had.
Okay. What do you give it out of 10?
Fuck.
8 and a hook?
I mean, yes.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. My favorite dogs are the hot dogs outside the sky. I don't know if you ever had them, the street meat. Those are my favorite.
I mean, yeah.
This one would be a second right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy just to talk about this for a second. You mentioned Mariners, but the fact that they are still the only team that's never made the World Series is nuts. Like, and scrappy squad, but like that stat alone is pretty shitty.
I know.
I feel bad for them. I kind of used to be a fan too, actually, back in the day.
I'll tell you what, they got a great ballpark. Obviously, some great music's come out of Seattle, right? Nirvana, Pearl Jam. I mean, who's the guitarist for Pearl Jam? Mike
McCready.
He played the national anthem heading into Game 4, and me and Loops were like, "Oh man, this is not a good omen for us." And he strummed it. Yeah, the ballpark was buzzing, man. And Game 4, Max came out. We were sitting right behind the dugout. Loops got us great seats. And every time Max came off, I would have my hat off, yelling like, "Fucking rights, Max! That a boy! Fucking rights! Way to fucking chuck, huh, baby?" I'm like, "Loops, you heard me, right?" He's like, "100% he heard you." So finally, this one fucking fan is getting sick of me tipping my hat. He's like, this old fucking guy. He's like, "Hey, maybe you leave your hat on with that bald spot you got behind your head or whatever." Right? I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a good one, buddy. You're just mad because Max is shoving." And he kept, "Oh yeah, your bald spot. Oh, yeah." I'm like, yeah, good one." He kept kind of going at it. So finally, I just said, "Look at you, buddy. Look at the fucking nose on you." And I'm like, "You're one of the ugliest guys I've ever seen." I go, "And by the way, how do you think this ends good for you?" And then Loops is like, "Sit down. No, sit down. What was that?" I'm like, "Oh yeah. But yeah, he's giving it to me about my bald spots, fishy.
Toucan Sam tripped your bald spot, eh? Yeah. How about your mitts, though, at the market? Catching that salmon? Good on you, Obes, because you were probably a little hung, no? When you were catching that?
Yeah, I got to give shout to our boy Loops on this one again, right? Loops went home a little earlier than me the first night. I get bumped into some Missin Curfew Vancouver fans. That's all it was. I mean, Updog, Swishy, they love you guys. Like, the amount of love that I got, even Loops was like, "This is fucking outrageous." I think Loops was getting kind of pissed. Not pissed, but like,
he's just trying to lay low.
Yeah. He's like, "Jesus, Obes." I'm like, "I know, sorry, fella, but they're all such beauties that it was so much fun." So, to answer your question, I woke up extremely hung cheese, and Loops was already down kind of in the Pike Market there, getting some clam chowder, and so I got up, kind of rallied, had a couple massive puffs of the weed pen, and walked down there and ate some fish and chips. And I'm like, I don't want to do it, man. Like, I just remember seeing McAfee on ESPN, like they fucking fired it at him, right? I'm like, I don't really want to get hit with a fucking king salmon here in the fucking chops. Eh? Like,
Was it a salmon that you caught?
yeah.
Yeah.
But these guys are the ultimate pros. Like, if you want, that's the best fish market. Not that I'm a big fish guy, but these king salmons, man, the way they were laid out, and these guys are pros. So once I got there, I'm like, you're right, I got to do this.
You go pine tar, or because those are slippery, dude.
So they have one that's kind of a little squishier.
Okay.
One that's been already cut up. Not cut up, but like they have like one for throwing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like it's coming at you
Yeah,
quite as firm.
and just
I
Fish
guess
out of
we might
water.
as well break it on air of what really went down last night when, so Loops, of course, brings this king salmon back. He flies back, I don't know, 5 pounds of king salmon.
No, they fly it back for you.
So he bought the salmon that he caught, whatever, to get out of standard protocol. Like,
The salmon
break it, catch you by it.
But what's crazy before you get going is the salmon beat Lupo home, and he had a 9 a.m. flight the next day. He got home, and the salmon was on his doorstep.
Yeah.
That's how much
farm to table.
Yeah, these guys are pros, man.
So we were down 3-1, right? Going into the 7th, and we all sat down to eat the fish Loops did, and we sat at the table and we're like, oh, maybe this will switch it up, like a little dinner rally.
Yeah.
Little king salmon dinner rally. And sure as shit, we're just scarfing this down and fucking there the boys got on base. And I'm like, all right, Doc, here we go, Scrappy.
I think you could like the salmon was the reason we sat down, but you're like, why don't we sit here and try sitting here and eating? I'm like, okay, we'll try anything right now. Sure enough, fucking next thing you know, it's 4-3, and we wouldn't leave the table, obviously, then, right? Like McKenna's like, I'm still on the couch. I'm like, are you nuts?
And then your guys' celly was epic too. I mean, I picked up Loops, uppy, just jumping all around. I was like, oh my god, you hear the wine lips going. I was like, fucking A. Yeah, yours did.
Fuck, we did 5 or 6 bottles. Nice one.
Yeah. Shout out to Opus One, Camus.
Yeah, it was.
This is the guy here, boys. He's a pro. A lot of people.
But it's still alive, right?
No, that's
okay. It's shuttered.
Sure, yeah. He made her look alive, though.
Look at that, the big fella. But that's why you play in the National League right there.
Yeah.
He just
You drop that on camera.
Yeah, it's not as hard as you would think. Now, if they gave you a live one, that would be a completely different.
You see the size of this guy's fucking mitts?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys could have grabbed it too. He made it look good. He was the ultimate professional.
And there's the celly.
But Uppy, you'll love this. Yeah, you'll love this. So
The fist paw, the pumpernickel by Uppy, so fired up. You got the fermented grape just going.
Oh my god, my teeth are just
Yeah.
you got the tarp on. Look at that, boys. They're looking sharp.
Sell the game.
You got to sell it. What a pitch here. This was by Hoffman. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, right there.
How'd you prep that salmon? Would you go nigiri? Did you put it in the oven? What did you do?
grilled. It was grilled.
Grilled.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was grilled with some salmon spice, salt, pepper.
Yeah. A little Old Bay.
It was a little, I don't know if he went Old Bay.
So I love salmon raw, but when it's cooked, she's a little too fishy for me.
Really?
Like a bad box back in the day.
Stinky burn.
It's a little fishy for me. I don't like it.
But you like it raw.
Throw her in the shower, eh?
Wash it. You get some head and shoulders in there for you. Get some rinse here, man. You got some Irish Spring. The old jail bar.
Do the credit card like the up dog used to do that when the boys in the shower used to do it. But yeah, so back to the market fishing throwing. So Loops is doing. You got to do it for Missin Curfew. I'm like, all right, you take the video. And as Uppy knows, he's historically the worst at taking pictures or anything, right?
Right.
So the guy behind me, he's like, you ready to go here? I'm like, yeah, that's one of my best friends and one of my oldest friends. But historically, out of our crew, he's the worst fucking photographer. So I hope he gets this. And then he threw it. And Loops, for his standards, absolutely killed in that video.
That was good. Yeah.
It was good.
He probably could have just cleaned the lens of it. He should clean the lens.
Could have cleaned the lens.
But that's okay.
Could have cleaned
That's asking a lot.
But yeah, it was, you know what? Listen, to the Mariners fans, it's a beautiful ballpark. There's only one Mariners fan that I tried to get my hands on. Loops had to talk me off the ledge there a little bit. But other than that, they were all super nice, came up to us. Thank you for coming to our city, this and that. It's a beautiful ballpark. Downtown's just not a lot going on. You can see that, like, the businesses have kind of, there's not a whole lot going on down there.
Pronoun town.
Yeah. There's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
But
tricky. You got to go across the river there to that, like, Bellevue.
Oh, Bellevue or whatever?
Bellevue.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that better? That's what I think.
It's nicer. It's like,
Yeah. Is that where the guys live?
it is.
Okay.
Nice restaurants, shops,
Yeah.
good streets, clean,
Okay.
no riffraff.
Decent restaurants.
Yeah, really good restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to give some more love to the JAYS fans as well. I thought we looked sharp. A lot of guys had the jersey with the hoodie and they had good kicks on. I turned to Loops. I said, fucking the JAYS fans are looking. I thought we outstyled them heading into the barn for Game 4. I was like, our fans got better style than their fans. So the Jays boys, way to represent. Everyone was drunk. I mean, it was awesome.
So you have to check that bag with how much git you had for the Blue Jays. You were loaded. You're like a team pro shit.
Yeah, I didn't think you need.
Unbelievable.
I wasn't sure what the elements were going to bring.
Yeah.
Right? I had it all.
Club up.
Club up. I wore the baby blue Chapman because they've been winning with the baby blues on, but I had everything.
Yeah, I liked it. It was you were winning like a pro.
When you live in Newport Beach, you don't expect what other weather is going to. I was here. Hey, fuck, maybe I'll be cold. I don't know.
It is a real thing. It is an odd thing. You never check the weather, and then when you go on the road, you just have nothing like to take. And you're like, fuck, I don't wear any of this here.
Yeah, it's funny.
Jacket,
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I bought all that fucking swag, right? Yeah. And I'm like, they're going to get fucking swept right out of this playoffs here. Like, showed up the day before, like the day of Game 3. I'm like, oh, good, I got all this. And then the boys rallied for us.
Yeah, when I went to that game in August at the Blue Jays Stadium, that hoodie you have is sick. The OVO one with the owl on it, that's juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might give that to you. It's a little snug on me.
Yeah, 2X?
Yeah, but it's a little, it doesn't fit like a 2Xer. Are you a 2X guy? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a 2X guy, yeah.
2X.
I like it a little baggy, though. Yeah. And that style, you know?
Boys, congrats to the Jays. Uppy did tickle it there real quick. We got J Swish in town just to get him in the studio, hang out with him. But we're going to do a little batting practice tomorrow. That I talked to our boy Ice Pick in KC. We're going to get it out next week just in time for the middle of the World Series. But we're going back to Jay Sarah. Shout out to our boy Joe DeMarco. We're bringing out the fucking batting practice net. We got a legit batting practice pitcher. I got us a legit Louisville slugger, 34 inches, 30 ounces. Depending on the wind, we're getting one out, I think, boys. I think we're getting one out. Updog, you should have hit a couple out. You hit to the deepest part of the park, but I think someone's going to get one out this year.
I'm going to go to Monkey Sports after this.
I got to get a glove.
Yeah. They're great gloves there.
Yeah.
All the colors and sick. It's, cleats.
What do we got like down the right field line as a lefty? Is it
It's a big park.
Is it 330 down the left field wall?
It's a big yard. It's like one of the biggest in the loop of, the sick high schools here in Newport Beach. Like, it's known for like a pitcher's park.
Sort of the guts of center would be at least 400.
Like, Updog hit 2 to the fucking power alley out in right.
Yep.
That if he just would have tugged it a bit, they were gone. It was probably 375 out there.
Yeah, and we had a smaller, skinnier, shorter bat last year.
Yeah.
So
Don't want to have a small, skinnier, shorter bat.
you start off. It's some fucking up dogs there to get you going. But
We might need a couple donuts too to get loose on there. It's a little heavier. Oh, so you put the donut on, you get in the on deck circle, you just choke it, folks.
Should we get some pine tarp?
Yeah. I can just put some chew on your hands too.
Let's get her going.
Yeah, a little red man.
Someone's going to hit one out.
get a monkey out here.
Jump in the rolls, go to Monkey Sports, eh?
Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do it. But once again, to all the Missin Curfew fans in Seattle, thank you. Fuck, it was unbelievable. You guys are beauties. Last but not least, our little intro here. I don't know if it was it you, Updog, that noticed this Fighting Irish logo here? But this is National League, boys. I used to have this tattoo on my shoulder before I went over it with a shamrock, but that is Updog. That's a nice logo, my man.
Look at the skates. Yeah. Fucking, that's a tough chin too.
That's a great chin. Yeah, it's a small chin, but it's a sturdy chin. Yeah.
Look at it. He's got it tucked though. He really got. Oh, he's got his nose over it.
And then you got a little pubes on that thing too. I mean, not even the National Guard could find that chin. That thing's tough.
Yeah, I love he's going no ginch, no jock there too. He's got just free balling.
Just free balling it out there.
And he's got a full like skullet going. He's got receding hairline. I like that.
I always talk about it too. You never want to be chin over shin. And if you just look at that, I mean, it's almost textbook form we're looking at here, boy. The chin is right on line with the kneecap, not over the shin. I'd say 10 out of 10 form.
Definitely good form. Yeah.
I always wanted to play hockey at Notre Dame. That was like one of the only schools I knew that had hockey. Like, I didn't even know about like Boston College and BU and all these schools. Was there any schools you know of growing up that you were like, Notre Dame was one school that I was like, it'd be cool to play hockey at Notre Dame. I don't know why.
For sure. Like Northern Alberta, I remember a couple of our guys went to Michigan Tech. Like some of the there was a recruiting haven was Fort McMurray. So
like older players too.
The guys that were graduating from the Fort McMurray Oil Barons when I was like 10, going to all the games. And then they were like, this guy, his last game, AJ Aikens going to Michigan Tech, Colin Murphy shows one of my line mates, beauty, great player.
Michigan Tech.
Houghton, Michigan.
But then when I, not to like,
I just got hotel rooms up. I'm looking for rooms.
There's the old horn, but when I was 16 and got picked up by Kamloops, at that point because I hadn't committed to Kamloops yet, I wasn't drafted. There was a bunch of schools coming in to meet, and hand my parents like, hey, would they be interested for fly-ins? And that was Maine, Colorado, or Denver, Michigan.
Did North Dakota ever come up their area?
My mom still kept all the binders and stuff because it's pretty cool, the shit they send you. It's a full, it's a full package of like the history of the school and then like a written like offer, like we would like to bring him in and blah, blah, blah. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I had no fucking idea about anything, but nowadays things would be a little different. I'd be like, Beckham, let's sit down here. Let's
by the way, like my dad didn't know. Big Scott probably didn't know. We didn't know. Nothing. You're going to know.
Obi, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this because in a disrespectful way, but there is no way you would have lasted at Notre Dame.
No, I
live in the dorms. It's a nerd biscuit school. Right?
Listen.
Guys like us, we might have got kicked out of there.
Like I was whatever. I didn't even know what college football was growing up, right? Like I would see Notre Dame games on because it was on NBC, right? Uppy, and like I'm Irish, but I was like never really. I liked the movie Rudy. I kind of liked the Notre Dame team when that Brady Quinn was on the team, right? But I didn't know much about it. But I was excited to go there I went there for Notre Dame USC with Loops and Mac L. We took a little sprinter van from Chicago, and I get there and I'm going in, get in the stadium. I'm like looking for booze, no booze.
Yeah, not in South Bend.
I'm like, no booze at all? They're like, no, we stayed one quarter and left.
Yeah, and then even if you play there, you have to live in the dorms all 4 years. So you can't live off campus, and they make you live in the dorm. So
is it co-ed dorms?
I wouldn't suspect so. And then you don't really have an opportunity to have house parties. That's the biggest thing at those schools where it's like, if you're in the dorms, man, at 21 years old, might as well just sign out of school. Like you just feel like a little kid. I don't need supervision. I'm good.
I'm going through the Michigan Tech NHL alumni here. It's not exactly...
John Scott. Is
Randy McKay, Matt Waugh.
Yep. Oh, yeah, wow.
John Scott.
Mitch Ranke played a game for the St. Louis Blues, won.
Phoenix Copley, Tony Esposito, there you go. Fucking 886 games played.
What's their football logo? It's just the ND, right?
For North Dakota?
No,
or Notre Dame?
We're talking Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Gold buckets.
Just gold buckets.
But they're like on their shoulders, it's ND.
But that leprechaun guy was always just the hockey guy?
That's their mascot.
It is, right?
Yeah. They used to have ND on their hockey jerseys, and they went to this guy. This is just a drunk little leprechaun.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. Speaking of get drunk at your old, you went up to your old.
Yeah. How was that, Fall? Yeah. Did they roll it the red carpet?
They better. They did, yeah.
What do they call it, green carpet?
Yeah, they usually do because the head coach there now is one of my best friends, Dane Jackson, and he's been there for 20-odd years. My former roommate, Bryn Chiswick, is the general manager of the team. My former D partner, Dylan Simpson, Craig Simpson's kid, he's coaching there as well. So that staff is basically half our golf trip now. So it was really cool to see those guys. But yeah, it was a good series. It's the biggest weekend of the year. They were playing Minnesota. The Gopher-Sioux rivalry, that's one of the biggest in college hockey. But I wanted to talk to you boys about this Keaton Verhoeff, this defenseman. I've seen Gavin McKenna play in the last month. I've seen Keaton Verhoeff play. I don't know, boys. If I'm a general manager, and depending on what team gets the first overall pick, I would probably, sitting here in October, late October, I would side probably with Keaton Verhoeff. He's that good. Like, he's the best defenseman I have seen in college hockey, and especially at North Dakota in quite some time. Like, he's like Pietrangelo Uppy.
I told you this was going to get him going.
I know, and I'm here to debate. He's like Petro with...
I need to see this kid. Is he throwing grenades? Is he throwing grenades like Petro? Or
no, I was just going to say he's got way better puck skills, and he's got better feet than Petro. I don't know if he's got the motor.
Yeah, because, there's a motor there. Petro motor in his own zone and fucking stealing pucks and hard on the wall.
And it could play forever, right? Forever. So that's the one thing that
hard's the wall, hard's the bedroom.
Don't know about that.
Yeah.
They couldn't hang
up still. Though.
I wanted guys on my team that are hard on the wall, hard in the bedroom.
I'm telling you, boys, I for me at least, watching these two kids right now in October.
Oh, this is great.
He's
not
good.
It's nice that someone's going to push each other. And I like the fact it's forward and D-man.
100%.
Yeah. Going into the draft, it's all about, do we need a quarterback or do we need a fucking pass rusher? It's good. So,
yep.
So comparables, you say Petro, like what else? Where would his ceiling be? Does he skate like someone else, or is it just straight Petro?
Petro's going to be a Hall of Famer, right? So that's a pretty good comparable in itself. But I just think his puck skills, his hands are better than Petro right now. His feet laterally, I would say, are better. The one thing I want to see is does he have the motor, and can he continue to add to his game where he's mean to play against, right? And I think, Uppy, I'm just saying, I don't think an NHL GM would get fired over the fact if you ended up taking him one overall over Gavin McKenna, right? That's what I'm That was my read. Like, I was really impressed with this game. I was taken back. And I've seen Jake Sanderson play at UND, and this kid, right now, I think he's even on a bigger trajectory than that.
He's a righty.
He's a right shot, yes.
Shoots it.
Guess where he's from?
Shoots it, and he snaps it.
Let me tell you guys. I think one of our boys.
Fort Saskatchewan, right?
Oh, yeah. That's from
Give me the second.
Fort Saskatchewan.
Boys, he's crispy, and he commands the rock, too. Like, a lot of times, younger players, you go into a game or into a season, a new level, you're kind of tiptoeing your way into it. Like, he wheels his nuts in on a wheelbarrow and just drops them off. He's like, here we go. I'm here to play. Give me the puck. And I like guys like that, Opes. Like, command the puck.
Especially as a D-man.
Yeah.
You got to want to have it in your hands.
You're actually
Strong stick, too.
good call, Petro. Yeah, for sure. And he's only, 17, 18 right now?
17 years old, yeah.
Yeah, 17. Wow.
Yep.
First year?
First year, yep. He's played 3 or 4 games. That's why I was impressed, Ups. I was like, wow, for a defenseman, 3 or 4 games into his college career, he wants it, man. He's confident, and he commands the puck when he's on the ice.
Well, it helps, too, when you played in the Western League last year, right? You played for Victoria. So him coming in with a year of the Western League under his belt into college is going to help him tremendously, right?
We'll see how this all plays out, but I think getting a season where you're playing only against 19 and younger, but you're playing 72 games then playoffs is huge when you can go into like your draft year and then slow down the amount of games. The games get more important, right? Like the college
crazy
fucking production right now is great for hockey. It's way better than the WHL. It's way better than the OHL. These weekend games,
there's a buzz about it, right? For sure.
So
100%.
But then off the ice, you get to learn how to be, a student. You get to learn morals and all this stuff, and
live on your own.
But then you work out like a fucking truck.
Wear a domer, don't wear a domer. Learn that on your own.
You might learn that the hard way.
Learn that one on your own, too.
There's a lot more fucking stuff going around college campuses, and I guarantee you those small towns. Well, I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Depends where you are.
Depends where you are.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on what team has the first pick, right? Like if it's the San Jose Sharks, do they want another forward when they already got Macklin, Felabrini, Will Smith, or do they want a D-man, right? Because, I mean, I've watched that Ferraro play for this San Jose Sharks for too many years.
Right, and then if it's the Chicago Blackhawks, if they end up getting the first pick, they're playing okay right now, but you might not want another big shot defenseman because they have that Sam Rinzo, they have Artem Levchev. Like he's kind of that same. You can't have 3 of those guys, Obes, that you take in the first round. I mean, Levchev was the 2nd overall. This kid could potentially be 1 or 2, obviously, and then you have Rinzo, who they have high hopes for there. So if it was Chicago, it probably makes more sense to go with McKenna. But I just think depending on what team gets that pick, he's going to challenge for that spot.
We're going to get in the Bedard here as the rundown goes on. I don't think Chicago is going to be, anywhere near that pick if he continues to play this way. But me and Loops talked about, the difference between Western League, Ontario League, and now college, right? Like, I used to put it like Western League guys were the most ready to play in the NHL. OHL guys were second. Then the boys in the Quebec League I always thought were third when it came to overall, granted, right? But like nowadays, if you go to college, like the workouts you can get, your diet you can get, like you're not on a bus for fucking. And by the way, it's just safer than being on a bus through Western Canada or Ontario in the wintertime. Like, it's almost like not a fair fight anymore, I think.
No,
how much that hurts me to say.
They don't need to separate the baskets anymore. You can do your apples fucking this year, and then you can go eat the oranges next year. And that's, I think, going to benefit these kids huge on the way through because you get to clip both and say you did both, and maybe
look at that guy.
Maybe it works for one kid to just go fast track, stay in the dub. Maybe he doesn't want to, but I just think the mix right now is going to be great for these young kids' development.
You know what it's going to do too is it's going to get kids in the Western League and Ontario League that couldn't be in the league maybe. They can stay in the league and get better as a player and keep getting eyeballs on them, right? Because there's more jobs for these kids that were like, oh, well, you probably got sent back to
the level of play is going to drop.
Maybe.
It will.
But you're still, it will. But you're still, if you're in the Western League and you're grinding and you're on the bus and you're playing, you're going to learn how to play the game.
For sure.
Like you have no choice but to learn.
Yeah, and it's really going to affect the Tier 2 junior players, right?
Yeah.
Playing Junior A in Canada, or if you're playing in the North American Hockey League, like you could go pick up a guy that's playing in the Western League that's 20 or 21 years old, put him into your program at school versus taking a guy from the North American League or playing in the AJ. You know what I mean? Like, so the level of college hockey is even going to be greater because some of these guys will come in later as well.
Yeah. And this is no disrespect to like a shot at college hockey, but like when the game used to be a little bit more physical and tough, like guys coming out of college would struggle. Now you don't really have to worry about that, right? Especially as much like you can come out of college, You don't really have to worry about fighting. If you go to the American League, there's not, meatheads like myself or whoever down there trying to take your heads off. Like it's not as important to come out and be a little bit tougher is what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, and you'd always see it if there was a tough guy that would be playing somewhere in Junior A in Canada, or they were playing in the USHL and they had to put the cage back on. It's like, well, they lose half their ability to be a hockey player, so they would really probably only be there for 1 or 2 years before they had to sign and go play on the coast, right? That's kind of how it was.
Easy come, hard to leave.
Oh, man.
Where'd you get that jacket, man? That is a nice jacket. That's a nice bomber. That's not off the rack, is it?
No, that ain't off the rack. I was a super fan that actually DM'd me on Facebook years ago and gave it to me and just as a gift. That's the
painting was a gift, Todd.
I'm taking it with me.
That's a nice jacket. Is it that green in real life?
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking Irish green. Kelly green.
Kelly green, baby.
That's your Eagles, baby.
You get laid in it, or?
I didn't. No, I got drunk with my buddy Uncle Rico till 5 a.m.
Well, patches on.
I know.
Was a shoulder patch?
Well,
had a C on there maybe on the front.
Remember how much love his Tide jacket got at the final?
No, that's why
that thing got me.
Your Tide jacket got a lot of chatter.
A lot. Kelly.
A lot of chatter.
That got me laid.
See? A lot of chatter. A lot of chatter. That's awesome, boys. I love having you in the studio here, Swishy. We'll be right back at Missin Curfew. Fellas, welcome back to Missin Curfew. I'm going to start off first. We talked about it a little bit on the intro, though, but about in July there when the Jays went, about 7 straight, I got them at plus 450 to win the ALCS. So thanks, boys. And then after game 5, I got them at plus 240. I bumped into this beauty at Sluggers in Seattle. Missin Curfew fan, of course, comes up to me. Oh, I love the boys. He bet the Jays after game 2. He got him at plus like 600 or something. So, fuck.
Yeah.
So the guys out, yeah.
That's sacked up.
That is sacked up. After game 2, I wouldn't have put $1 on the fucking Jays. I thought we were done. Well, I was crying, literally. But to that kid out there, absolutely good bet. Uppy, you always say this, as the series change, like when we talk playoff hockey, you're always like, well, why don't you wait a game to see what happens, right? Like if they lose game 1 at home, right? If it's a big favorite or something like that. Like, I just knew the Jays getting back home. I'm like 240. I'll tickle that. So that was nice for me, boys.
Yeah, 100%. No, and in this series, like, man, I'm surprised it was only plus 600 to lose both at home.
Yeah,
and then go on the road, like where the momentum swings. But it's almost like, Seattle losing that game 3, all the pressure became back on them. It was almost like a weird way to do this 2-3-2. We're used to 2-2-1-1-1. Totally different. Like it's not over till you lose a game at home.
Now this is great. I wanted to ask you, boys. Thanks for reminding me. Maybe in the final, do we ever go to 2-3-2 in hockey? Like the Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers having to fly that far across the fucking country? Does it make? Because I truly believe, looking back in last year's final, for whatever reason, the 1-day break when they went back to Edmonton, I thought favored Florida. Like I don't know for what. I know they both had to fly the same fucking way. But is there in the final, if there's a certain amount of miles, maybe do you go 2-3-2 and the boys are fresher?
I think it should be a commissioner's decision, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if it's X amount of miles like this one, we would go to a 2-3-2 format.
Yeah.
If it's somewhere where it's just a quick bird, just play it normally. What do you think about that? Maybe it's Gary's discretion.
I think there's something to be said about it because I do think travel played a factor in last year's Stanley Cup. And whoever did the fucking scheduling at Rexall, whatever concert or show was in there, I would have been like, you're canceled. The boys I'm giving McDavid another day to get the legs going here. But I don't know. It's just, as a Jays fan, when we lost 2 at home, I was like, shit. But then there's 3 games there. Like the boys can settle in. I just thought maybe it's something to think about in the final. Maybe just the final.
And I think baseball, their seasons are more like that too, right?
That's true.
They go in and they spend 4 or 5 days there. They don't go in and just do a one-night drop-in, fucking see,
right?
So what trouble.
No, I used to say baseball players, like if you don't have a good bullpen, when you're staying in towns for 3 nights, I mean, no pun intended. I used to go in and be like, "Fuck, we're leaving tomorrow night," but I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back February the 10th. Are you around then or what? Let they get in there for 3 days and just lay out your stuff and.
All those baseball guys, though, they
fart sack.
those guys bring the families on the road. They're not like hockey guys. They're not like hockey guys.
No, I know.
Not this, even the single baseball guys, I don't think they're really mixing it.
No, they don't, because I think some of them do, but not to the extent of hockey players for sure.
Yeah.
But how nice would that have been if you could have went into like New York? Well, you'd got that anyway. You got that anyways.
I
but
got
like
a couple of those things, yeah.
You get into a town for 3 nights. But where I was going with that, boy, sorry, is I just think and you guys know we've all been on Team Birds, and fucking I've never been to the final, but you know, my year in Nashville, we played Anaheim in the first round, back and forth. Then we played Vancouver, back and forth. Like by the game 5 against Vancouver, flying all the way back there, it was like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
I'd rather just stay here and like, you know what I mean? Like I'd rather maybe not fly across the country and do a 2-3-2 or something. It takes that one leg out of there.
Were you with us when we did conference finals against San Jose too?
I was acing at the time, yeah.
Yeah, like it's a long fucking.
What it is, yeah. Especially from St. Louis, at 4 and a hook, yeah.
And your altitude recovery, like it just plays I don't know, something to think about. Maybe I'm just happy because the Jays got out of it. Last but not least for me, before I turn it over to Uppy's bets, I can't wait to hear the over teasers coming at me. Bears, thank you, Lupo, -4. Pats over tees, thank you, Lupo. And then I took the Cowboys versus the Redskins over. Fellas, if you're out there looking to get some skin in the game, I think Cowboys over is a good bet the rest of the way in here. And then up dog, I couldn't just enjoy myself. I had to fucking get aggressive with the Bucks. I had a money line and +6, and I got stung. But 3-1 or 3-2 technically in football. Take that, my man.
Yeah, no, it was. I had a tough night last night. Actually, the Monday nighter. I was so focused on watching the Jays game, but I had so much more money on the Bucks. Fucking loophole last minute convinced me to take the Buckies over the line.
Well, listen, in his defense, I was listening to McAfee and the boys. They're like, Gerard Butler, or whatever his name is, DB Beauty, on that show. He's like, the Lions, all 4 of their cornerbacks and defensive backs are out. And then I turned on Get Up, and Orlovsky was saying the same thing. And that's kind of what I thought too, Bucks. Because you originally said Lions over tees, right? Yeah.
That wouldn't have hit either, though. There wasn't enough points. But anyway, what was hitting Sunday afternoon, those 3 Sunday afternoon games, take the over. I mean, the Colts are a big-time wagon. We've been saying it all year, but I love this squad. They absolutely steamrolled the Chargers, 38-24. Broncos, that was game of the weekend, I think. You know,
that game is heartbreaking.
This poor kicker for the Giants.
Oh,
turn your dick in.
Safe to say he's not getting into 4 Charles Prime for a burger and a piece of prime rib after missing that.
So 32 shit. 30. I mean, 19-0 going into the fourth quarter.
You know who can get a reso there now though is Jackson Dart. He doesn't need Matt Gill's help anymore. He can get into that kid.
He's firing his dart around there.
Yeah, he is. That was a heartbreaker for them because if they win that one, they're 3-4. They got up dogs boy Scattaboo going. Like they were back in the playoff chase. That was I thought that game was over.
Throw that out though. Cowboys. Safe to say take the over for the rest of the year there. 44 points. I mean, Dak Prescott. Now you got your boy CDM Llama coming back. I would just take the over there for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet too.
And then the Packers. I had the Pack Daddies. So I did well in the afternoon games, boys, but I'm sitting pretty much dead even after the bloodbath last night.
That's a win. Anytime you come out even, that's a win.
Chalk it up.
You talked about your Packers. Well, I believe they're 4-1-1 now. How are you feeling about them? But I got money on them at DraftKings to win the whole fucking thing. Does Jordan Love have it in him?
You know what, Obes? I was going for a coffee the other day, and I have Wisconsin plates on my car, and I ran into some random Packer fan in North Scottsdale, and I just got out of the car. The guy starts barking at me. He's like, "You see the game the other night?" I'm like, "Fella, like I'm still just trying to recover from my weekend in Grand Forks, but what's up?" Yeah, I saw highlights of the game. I was traveling all day in the pigeon deck as I was making my way back down to the desert. But I was like, I don't know, man. I think I like Jordan Love, but is he him? Is he an elite quarterback? Is he the guy that can get the job done come February?
Yeah,
the book's still out for me.
Me too. Speaking of when you're stung, I've been using that line of yours, by the way. Where's this little fucking cheesesteak place you're always going to?
DeFalco's, yeah. No free ads on the show, but DeFalco's, South Scottsdale. It's on Scottsdale Road. It's probably stone's throw away from the airport. It's like 10 minutes.
So you just go in there Philly cheesesteak or chicken parm as long as your arm?
No, I get a veggie pasta, and then I get the fully loaded Philly with giardiniera peppers on it, and oh my God, that just puts me down every time. It's so good. It's the best Philly cheesesteak I've had outside of Philadelphia. It's incredible. It's unbelievable.
Have you been to the new Mario's Butcher? They redone it.
But the burger joint over here? Yeah, I know. We
back in there today after hockey.
We just must have just missed you. We had a little omelet. We had an omelet at the place just down
this French place.
This it.
I was going to take him there, but he wanted brekkie because they do a good burger.
I had the double smash. Beckham just had the cheese smash. It was insane.
Does Beckham, can he bang down a nice cheese smash like no problem? Or what?
Yeah, he did today because I had him on the ice working with his new wheels, new Bauer skates. So he was out there. And then shout out to this this girl was skating next to us. She's a 4-time Olympian, 4-time Canadian Olympian figure skater. She's actually amazing. I couldn't find her name online after, but
Going on Hockey DB, looking for a figure skater's name.
you guys asked
Elite prospect.
ChatGPT. No, I'm like, ChatGPT, this. I was just introduced this girl, and 4-time Olympian, fucking skating like the wind out there, like doing the double axles. And I'm like, Beckham, see this here? That's nice.
Yeah, see, that's good form there.
Yeah.
Need help with that Iron Lotus?
See that?
Yeah.
See that edge work there? That's how you do her.
I mean, I have a figure skating coach. Though.
Yeah, I started figure skating. That's how I learned.
I mean, Beckham's got the hockey skates right now, but I think he could use the toe pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to
Go
fucking
full Jeff
skate
Skinner
on
with
his-
it.
He skates on his toes a bit right now, and I just feel like he can dig in, you know?
Get him back
to
a bit.
talk to someone that works with like young kids.
Wow, there's your Sando.
Yeah.
Nice job, Casey.
KC was in town.
Fucking foodie.
KC was in town for a bachelor party, and he was asking me, "Hey, Swish, do you have any restaurants?" I'm like, "Dude, for the boys, you got to go to DeFalco's and get stung Phillies." And he went and picked up 14 of them. And they said the whole group still talks about it. KC could chime in, but
Yeah, chime in, Casey.
Yeah, the boys loved them. It was a hung, stung Phillies, just like J Swish would say. The boys weighed them poolside. Everyone just loved them. 14 of them.
14 stung Phillies.
You got to make stung Phillies or stung cheese. You got to make that T-shirt, man. Stung Philly.
Let's get it going for curfew.
That's funny shit. I think I like stung cheese.
Stung cheese, yeah. I like stung cheese switch, yes.
You got any bets this weekend, fella?
I was laying off it. I had a couple going just with obviously some friendly wagers with the rivalry up there in Forks, but I just want to give a shout out to the fan of Nicky Schmaltz who placed a $12 bet. It was a $12.50 bet on Nick to get a hat trick on Friday night, and he ended up getting a hat trick. It paid out like
1,900
plus 1,900. So thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. So
Mike, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alex paid 19.
yeah.
Yeah, for a hat trick.
Yeah.
Son
So
of boy, Nicky
How
Schmaltz.
many hatties is that for him?
2 or 3.
Nice.
Yes.
Unrestricted free agent, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Let's get him.
Let's give him to Anaheim.
Let's get him to Toronto.
One on Anaheim. Any more?
Are they going to be any good? I want him to win.
Yeah.
If he's going to leave Utah, of course, who knows? I mean, we're not his agents over here.
We're not. We're far from it.
Yeah.
For Nicky's sake, we're not his agents, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He'd be getting absolutely whacked.
Tell you what, the Ducks team, they're not in town when you came in, I was hoping to go to a game with you guys. They can score. They can fly.
Yeah.
Now,
Who was he playing with?
You might be able to crack their back end if I lost about 60 pounds here.
Yeah.
Their D's just, to me, has holes. And I love Gudis, and whatever. Jackson Lacombe, we'll see if he's worth it. But when you look at their forward group,
Yeah.
to me, they're as good as anyone right now.
Who would he play with there?
Leo Carlson
Yeah,
and
he could good right.
Chris Kreider.
Troy Terry on the power play.
Troy Terry on the power play.
Kreider use the right. They could use another righty, I think.
Yeah.
Righty forward.
Look it up.
Go play for Q again, too. He came up, early with Chicago with Q. So
Like you got McTavish, you got both lefties in Cutter and Carlson. There's another,
Kreider.
Lauren's a lefty, Kreider's a lefty. They really need another guy to help the right.
You know what? This Beckett Seneca, though, this kid,
He's a righty.
he's good too.
He's a good player.
But who knows? Kells after this weekend. I mean, Nicky's leading the team in scoring. He's probably thinking, hey, going to Billy Stronger. I'm like, dude, re-sign this guy.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
I love Alex Killorn. Love Killer. Stromer's not in the lineup, but you would just bump Killer down with Stromer and Frankie on the third line, and then you would go Carlson, Kreider, and Nicky Schmaltz.
You think this team's going to be a playoff contender in the next 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, eh? Even with that back end? It's not perfect.
No, it ain't. It ain't perfect.
You might have to go hunting. Go get.
They're going to have to go sign somebody and get a guy, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to have him out here.
Oh, yeah.
I know he likes a restaurant too, eh?
He does.
Bumped into him. Gave me a fella. I was leaving there half cocked. I'm like, fella, fuck, so Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Remember he was getting on the bird like 2 years ago with the fella shirt? I was sick.
That was before I knew I don't think I knew who you were yet like that. Shout out to our boy Javi, was like, do you know Nick Schmaltz? I'm like, I know of him. He's like, yeah, he sent him a fella shirt. And then it was him on the team bus or on the bird.
Yeah, on the bird. Yep.
And I said, who's this Jordan Schmaltz guy? Who's this guy?
Oh,
this guy. Who's this fucking guy? This guy's a beauty. So back up the Brinks truck. Beep, beep, beep. Well, this Brinks truck right now was empty. Looks like my Brinks truck. But Carter Hart to Vegas on a PTO, which, by the way, Batman suspending the guys to December 1st was dumb in my opinion. But I think this is a good spot. Swishy, you got a little maybe People's Insider on the number that it's going to be?
It sounds like a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be coming in at around 1.8 AAV plus or minus a few dollars on that. So I don't know. I do you guys like this signing? I mean, that Schmid seems like a decent backup. I mean, obviously Aiden Hill is banged up a little bit right now, but do you like the thought of bringing this guy in? And what do you do with Schmid then?
I do like it. I think you need to have 3 good goalies in any organization now. I really do, unless you have a Bobrovsky, Vass, right? Because you're one injury away from, you need another guy there just to back up, and if something else goes, like I do like it. I think Aiden Hill. Listen, I think he caught lightning in a bottle. When Vegas won the cup, they could have not won without him. He was unbelievable. I think his reaction time has slowed down a bit. I think he's banged up. Obviously, a big body. He doesn't move as well to me anymore when I'm seeing him, but stuff is beating him a lot up top.
Yeah.
And I thought, so when I heard Carter Hart going here, I thought it was a good fit. Uppy, I'm going to ask you this question because you bleed Oilers, orange and blue, and we don't need to get into, everything this kid's been through up there, but I thought, with everything that's going on with McDavid taking haircuts and they don't have a goalie, like I thought Carter Hart should have maybe went there. Like I know it would have been a big time media distraction and he probably would have had to answer some fucking stupid questions. But when you see Connor McDavid, the best player on the planet, who still needs a goalie, I'm just thinking straight as a player here. Like imagine Carter Hart went into Edmonton and won a Stanley Cup with Connor McDavid. Yeah. Like to me, that's I don't know. I thought he was going to go there for something, and he's an Edmonton boy.
He's an Edmonton boy.
But
that makes the most sense.
But
I would have loved to see it.
Too much media distraction, right?
Yeah, I think it was I think it was up to him.
Yeah.
I think he actually made it public, whether it was like a public, note or just through the grapevine, Schmaltzy, that he's like, fuck it. I'm done with the way Canadian media has treated me the last years.
I guess
so.
Yeah.
In saying that, I think, the Las Vegas Golden Knights are like, we want to win.
Yep.
We got a great team, good culture, a culture that can help you out, help bring you back. Like fucking, we'll pick anyone up. Kind of, that was sort of the message from her. And I just think it's worth the shot. If he comes in and he's shit, it's not going to crush your team. But if he comes in and it's just not the right fit, you're moving a goalie that, is only a cap hit of 1.8. It's probably not the hardest contract.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the weight of the world on him, right? Like you said, he comes to Vegas, got Aiden Hill there to support him. The other kid that you said, he goes to Edmonton. Not only is he under the media of what he's been through, but now he's got to go in there and be the number one and bring a Stanley Cup. That's probably a lot of pressure on a kid. I never thought of it. I just thought of it from, I'm an Edmonton boy. I'm going to go to Edmonton and win a Stanley Cup with Connor McDavid. I'm going to be a legend for the rest of my life. But there's way more that comes to it than just that, right, Swish?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think if you look what the Vegas Golden Knights, dating back to the original kind of part where they put the team together, they were the misfits, right? You date that back to the start of the team. I just think that's an organization you can go in, they can diffuse the situation. Look, if you go to Edmonton, you got to answer all these different questions throughout the whole year. But he's actually a guy that, when he was growing up, he was playing against Stuart Skinner. So he was a Southside Edmonton kid, Stuart Skinner being Sherwood Park. So maybe, the hostility around it with the media attention, maybe going in there and, so to speak, stealing a guy's job. Maybe he just didn't want all of that attention being a Canadian lad and going back home. So there's a lot of different things that factor into a decision like this. And it goes back to what Uppy said and originally just maybe you're just you don't have the weight of the world on you when you sign in a place like Edmonton. In Vegas, and there's no real pressure.
100%.
You're viewed as the backup, but then you could be the hero at the same time.
And he puts himself in a spot. Yeah, they have 2, NHL goalies there. There's no question, right? But he comes in, he's on a PTO. Say he signs this 2-year deal, and the team is like, well, how do we juggle the 3 goalies? Carter, your game is there. We gave you a good look, but we're going to keep our 2 guys. We got to put you on waivers.
Yeah,
and then you put on waivers as a 1.8 guy. And teams are like, fuck, you know what? He came in, he proved that he's a pro. He proved that, what's beyond, it's past him. Mm-hmm. And fuck, we get to have a crack at bringing in a guy on waivers or whatever. Or he's tradable. I just think it's a
great spot for him.
And
it's a great spot for him.
That. He was an incredible goalie leading up to all this stuff that happened. And it was only the year that all the noise started to really happen that his game really took a fall because he knew what was going on. So I think this is just, a second chance, and God bless second chances, but a second chance, and hopefully this works out because he was kicking before this all happened.
Yeah, and I'm sure his parents and his representatives and everyone and himself, like you said, was like, this is the, this not the safer play, but the right play for right now. But just as a hockey fan and a fan of, like, imagine he just came in and started kicking for his hometown team and got him over the hump.
Boy, any goalie at 1.8, let alone a guy that fucking kicked that.
It's the perfect guy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor wouldn't have to take fucking such a big haircut if they could have got caught hurt there at 1.8. But like Uppy said, second chances are awesome. So welcome back to Lead Kid. Enjoy every second of it. Fellas, it's a luxury auto collection Missin Curfew.
Dog of the week, fellas.
You can't roll the course in Vegas in a rental van, boys. You need a luxury auto collection custom spinner. These things are insane. Built by OGV and Explorer, they've got captain's chairs, flat screens, and every upgrade you want. It's first class on wheels, fellas. And here's the kicker. Many models even qualify for 100% tax deduction under Section 179. Grab one for the crew and travel like pros at our boys' luxury auto collection. Nice little tax break. Yeah, that's nice. Little 179 a tax break.
Beautiful bill, baby. Big, beautiful bill.
Our Missin Curfew dog of the week is Jack Eichel. 16 points in 7 games. And the reason I made him my dog is we all know the skill that he's had. And we all knew the opportunity to play with Marner. He would get looks that he hasn't had. But when I've watched him play this year, I watched him live opening night. I've watched him a couple more times after that. Swish, I'll start with you. He looks bigger, stronger, faster. That goal he scored in Calgary where he took it wide, put his big leg out, and basically muscled it into the net. You're a luxury auto collection. Dog of the week, Ikes. He just looks like a man amongst boys.
Yeah, the way he skates, he looks even more explosive, Obi, which is crazy. He's always had that fast twitch muscle dating back to his days at the National Development Program. But we spoke on it before the season, fellas. Like, we knew he was going to get so many more looks playing with Mitchie, Gritty Marner, I like to call him, especially one-time opportunities just with slot chances and different things with how good Marner is at dishing the puck, and especially on the power play. So he's been fun to watch. He's got a nice little ticket, and he is buzzing in Vegas, and just so happy for him. And when you're playing that well, you're just having so much fun. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, and he looks as healthy as I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
And, he just looks to me like, he's probably his workouts this summer. He's been a couple years removed from winning the cup where they went on a long run. He's had 2 back-to-back summers here where he was out in the first round and the second round, I believe, last year, right? To me, he just looks healthy and he looks like a fucking thoroughbred / Clydesdale out there.
I know for a fact there's not a guy in the league that takes care of his body like Ice does. From what he does, his routines, the treatments, the everything, he's in tip-top shape for a reason. And then jury was out. Like, we got the insight that like this Mitch Marner coming into practice with him, like towards the later half of summer, that Ice was like, holy fuck, this is going to be fun. Like, you could see the excitement in there. What we're witnessing on the ice too with Skorodev and his fucking shot and this Vegas Golden Knights can really turn on when they step on it. And Ikes is leading the charge, and you put that deal, you just shove that deal in the fucking glove box there, eh? Put that 8-year deal away, and then you just focus on, where your game hasn't been. Like, maybe Ikes is like, fucking this year, I know I got Mitch Marner, I'm going to shoot the puck. I'm going to fake pass, and I'm shooting these fucking pucks. Let's see if I can get 50 goals. Let's see if I can get 55 goals. I think that's like that's where his ceiling should be this year, and he's well on his way.
Yeah, they got 30 goals for already, boys. They've played 7 fucking games. They're 5-0-2, eh? Wow.
How long's Rosetta Stone going to be out?
He's out. Yeah, he just got banged up.
Week to week. Okay.
Yeah. He's always you're never going to get a year.
See his fall? I mean, fucking toe pick.
Yeah. So you're never going to get a year now with Stone where you're going to get him for 82.
I think you hope you just get him for 50 and the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So, Ikes, you're our Missin Curfew luxury auto collection dog of the week. J Swish, get this guy a Labatt Blue fella.
Brought to you by Labatt, Obes. With Labatt, you can buy beer and get gear. Go to their website, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload it to gain points towards exclusive merch. Any size, any product, anywhere you're buying Labatt. Sign up at rewards.labattusa.com. Shout out to Mother's Kitchen. Shout out to Chippewa Street, fellas.
Fuck, I cannot wait. It's sneaking up on us, boys. It's like a month and a bit.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to need a stung cheese after that trip, bro. I'm going to need a couple stung cheeses and a couple of Labatt Blue pristine Pilsners to get me back. out of that one. That one's gonna hurt. I already know it. I can already feel it.
Stung Diddy.
Are you going? Are you going buff? Are you going buff Florida Aspen? Are you going all time up dog legend style?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's going to be a
Is there private aviation involved in that or no?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, there. You deserve some in that leg.
Yeah, it's going to be.
That's the old. That's he's going California buff.
Yeah.
Buff Orlando.
Buff Orlando.
That's the whole map.
That's the old upside down Chinese triangle. Yeah, it's like it's not perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, we get back.
that's the caution flags out at Nadu or Fedrum.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Let's be over here. Let me over here and go top me here, and then bring the hound dogs in there.
Yeah, we're gonna finish in this position, and just trust me after that, okay? Just trust me after that.
If John Gruden's going through that in the playbook, it's called Spider 2Y Banana.
Spider monkey into the hang upside down, tickle your arsehole into the.
Well, that's impressive little 2 week stretch you're gonna have there. You think you're gonna still have the legs come the alumni night?
I guess I'm really hoping my golf game's half decent. I want to go shoot some good scores there.
Be aggressive.
Yeah,
Be aggressive.
Stableford.
Yeah, be aggressive.
I just want to fucking hit.
You got a caddy going?
No, fuck no.
You need a good caddy down there. Find a local one that can read the putts for you.
I got to ask Richie what he's doing for caddies. Yeah.
Splitting up.
Probably bring his buddy Reader in from Belleville. Hey. I get Reader on the bag here. He came in from Middle Texas there.
Sure, I'll get a few. Now, boys. Who wants to come in caddy?
Get this guy a Labatt blue. We cannot wait to get to buff. Listen, boys, nobody has bagged this kid harder than me in his first 2 years. Up dog. Swish, you boys are probably sick of hearing it, but listen, Connor Bedard, whatever this kid did over the summer, get yourself a Labatt blue, fella. You have that separation speed now, and when you have the separation speed with this kid's ability to pass the puck and shoot the puck, look out. Switchy, I watched him play at home against Montreal where they lost, but that Josh Anderson was coming up to him and roughing him up. Then I watched him play against the Utah Mammoth, a.k.a. the hockey club. He just seems to have more jam to his game. He has a little more bite back. I think he finally has had enough of people, saying this and that about him, but he hasn't had a good start to his career, even though if you look at his numbers, he has. But Connor Bedard, get yourself a Labatt blue, fella. Swishy, I love his compete. And like I said, he's got that little separation gear now. That's all he needs is that half a second. As a D-man, if you get that separation from you, he can make plays.
No, and you get 200 odd games under your belt. You're in your third season, and you have a coach like Jeff Blaswell come in, right? You have a clean slate. He obviously had, a lot of conversations throughout the summer of how important he is to this team. And I think anytime you find a good running mate too, you know how big that is. You can only do so many solo missions out there, whether it's on the ice or off the ice. But he's found a running mate in this Frank Nazar. Yep. And these guys are feeding off each other, and they're both young, and they're coming into the league, and they're hungry, and they want to win. And they're both, pushing each other to become better players. And I think this is an area that Bedard has added to his game where he's putting the league on notice. Yeah, I'm not going to fight you, but I'm also going to have a little snarl and a little fuck you. And if you do try me, I'm going to stick you. I'm going to stick up for myself, and then we'll get the big boys in there if needed. But you can see how much the duo means to these guys in this organization, and it starts with Blash for sure at the top.
Yeah, and I just think he looks like more of a, what is he, 20 now? He's still a fucking kid, but like he just looks stronger ups and I'm impressed with the way he's been. So Connor Bedard, by the way, have a Labatt blue. I don't think you drink, so have one. You deserve one, kid.
Nah, I watched the whole St. Louis Blues Blackhawks game on TNT last week, boys, and it was like
expensive.
Yeah, well, yeah, very expensive. I text Panger. I was on a group text with Panger and Bobo because I knew they were both at the game, and I'm like, $20 on the game, Panger. What you got on? And he was like, Hawks 5-2. I'm like, no chance. And witnessing the way these young kids played, they weren't playing to lose, and they were all just fucking on their toes and moving the puck around and cycling the puck. And the St. Louis Blues D are good. Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, this is a new. They have a chip on their shoulder. So yeah, Obi, you've been hard on. Maybe he's been listening to you. But it's going to be, and I've said this before too, is it's one thing to come in after training and feel it for the first 10 games, but then can you keep your speed up? Can you keep your play up as the season goes on? That's when things get tough. So that's what I'm interested in.
Everyone feels good right now.
Yeah.
100%. That was a fucking mini trap game too, because they were just in Calgary and in Vancouver out west, had to fly back. I needed that for a huge parlay cafe, like a massive night, and they got fucking worked 8-3. So, but Bedard, get yourself a Labatt blue. I got two more boys. I'll turn it over to you. Shout out to the Utah Mammoth, a.k.a. the hockey club. Those black jersey, there's our boy Kells right there. Those are fire. They look great. I love the fucking mammoth guy on the front there, the elephant with the tucks up or whatever the hell he is. But I love the colors. They look good, the Delta Center. Smitty and the boys, get yourself a Labatt blue. And then last but not least, I got to go with my Jays. Vladimir Guerrero, American League Championship Series MVP. I'm sure you had lots of blue lights, buddy. Keep getting them in you. And George Springer, you old veteran, you. Second biggest home run in Jays history besides Touch 'em All Joe. You'll never hit a bigger one. Fucking A, boys. We're going to the series. Get yourself a Labatt blue. Oh, I can't wait, boys. I can't wait.
You top that off. You can't really top that off. I mean, that fucking home run and the crowd, the guy that caught the ball too. I don't know if you've seen that, but he fucking right bare hand.
A lot of these Jays like to go tarps off, full up dog style back in the days too. You notice that? They're tarps off, running around the Sky Dome. And
okay, can we talk about the fucking dressing room? It looked like a nightclub. I mean, what nightclub are they at already? They had the lights down and the fucking lasers and
EFS or what?
Yeah, like right, Peter. Shout out to Travis, EFS back in the day.
Are they just doing that regular season style too, or do this just for like?
Oh, that looks like a straight up club. Yeah,
right.
That's not every time someone wins a.
No,
Look at the strobe light going on there.
Someone put their touches on that.
Smoke machine,
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
dude. They seem like they got a bunch of beauties.
Yeah, they do for sure.
Well, one of our buddies told us what they go to this one bar in Toronto, I guess, and the whole squad goes out and gets banged up
On King or no?
drinking Labatt Blues. I don't know. He named the place. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is epic. I mean, yeah, that's titty.
That's titty. Swish, you don't want to give it a Labatt Blue, fella?
Yeah, I just wanted to give I want to give one dude, just a guy that seems he's in utter dire straits and trying times right now, and that is Ryan Warsofsky, the head coach of the San Jose Sharks. They have not won a game yet, and he came on the beat and gave a quote where said he'd be willing to give up one of his kids for a San Jose Sharks win. Obes, Jay Bomeister told me as a young lad, one game doesn't make a fucking career, kid. So I don't think you should give up one of your fuck trophies all for one win, because they're probably only going to win about 15 to 25 games this year. So Warsofsky, that is Ryan. If you're listening, coach, stay with it. Trust the process. At the end of the day, you're not exactly a playoff team.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't quite I get what he was saying, but I was like, it's early to be giving away your kids here for a win, fella. Just stick with it here.
Like, I know you want to sound like a hardo in front of your GM and things like that. Like, you want to win that bad, but maybe just do less.
Yeah, I know he needs to do less.
Right?
Big time. They'll be all right. I like their squad there. They'll be all right. They're going to win some more games.
Fellas, I'm going to give a beer out to a lad that recently retired, but is retiring now officially as a Columbus Blue Jacket. Cam Atkinson, hell of a career, Philadelphia Flyer. He was a well-liked Flyer as well. But, we've talked about the Blue Jackets organization a lot, actually, the last little bit, Obes, and how they have built a good culture there. And it's a place where these guys love raising kids and all that good stuff. But a class act by the organization and one of the good guys. Cam Atkinson, one of the good guys.
Yeah, I thought that was a classy play by the Blue Jackets as well, right? Let him sign a little one-year deal, come in here, retire a Blue Jacket. Guy loved playing for John Tortorella.
Yeah.
Torts of those guys, I used to chirp Brandon Dubinsky. Remember how he'd do the comb, like the tight comb over with his hair and warm-up? I'm like, are you serious with that fucking hair? Fuck. But anyways, they had some good teams there, and Cam was a hard-nosed player, man. He played hard in an era where he was undersized and had to put up with guys like myself cross-checking him. But hey, I like Cam's career, buddy. Good on you. Boys, get yourself a Labatt Blue. Always drink responsibly. Buff, we're coming for you. Around the National League, best league in the world. Shout out to the Utah Mammoth Hockey Club's new mascot. I like him. Nice big trunk on him. Not a boy. Listen, boys, in all seriousness, Stolarz the goalie. Stolarz comes out with some comments after the Kraken's game. I watched the game. I had the Leafs in the game on DraftKings. Stolarz played great. Updog, we'll start with you on this one. Just what do you think about his comments? Obviously, some scar tissue there from last year, and Stolarz seen enough.
Yeah, I watched this game smoking a cigar with Flowers, and I saw who was it? It was your boy that you've been hard on lately for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Push his Jaden Schwartz coming into him. So yeah, he pushes Schwartzy into him. Schwartzy falls down. Goal scored. There's a little bit of commotion there. No interference on my end. I think you go to you stand outside the blue paint. Fucking D-man's not looking at the shot. He pushes you in.
Yeah, it was Mason Marksman though. Mason Marksman
that ended up taking a real run after that. But you could see it was building. It was like building. I agree that these goalies who don't flop. This is not a guy that, as a guy comes by, he's like, trying to just stop the whistle and get the play stopped. So the refs are like, goalie interference or no goal, right? Like there's some goalies like Bobrovsky, love Bobrovsky. Anytime someone comes near him and hits him, it's almost like his blocker will fall.
Yeah,
He's got to be.
He's trying to sell a charge, like in basketball.
You know, Stolarz is a quality guy, and he unfortunately got stung last year, little stinger, and it affected the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Florida Panthers. And this is him trying to address it in his own way. If the refs aren't going to protect him, he's going to try to take liberty through the media. But he's a big guy. Just fucking cross-check someone.
Oh,
I don't know.
He started throwing he pushed the net. He went on. He did,
and he actually took it easy. He could have really.
I thought he was going to start going like old
Marchman. Yeah, Marchman came in and fucking just hi-ho. There's no puck here. That's what you do in the playoff, in a 7-game series. You don't do it in the regular season, game 5. But, I'd like to see goalies still get protected, but the bigger goalies, fucking go Ron Hextall on somebody and just start beating the shit out of them.
I thought he was going to do that. Ron Hextall's who I was thinking. I thought Stolarz was going to do that. But what do you think about his comments?
I mean, his comments are his comments, but I wanted to ask you, Obi, first. If you're Carlo, his explanation, if you back it up to, after the game, why didn't you do anything there? Or maybe even it was the next day, and he's like, well, I saw the referee, his hand go up. We were going to go on the power play. I didn't feel the need that I had to do something in that second. I just think, Obi, I don't know, if I'm chief or I'm the coaching staff there, I'm telling Carlo, like, I think we have to protect our goalie a little bit more. Like, you can't see that and have that footage come out in and around the league where if our goalie gets run, nothing really happens. It's about setting the tone for the year and establishing just a standard of this is our paint, this is our goalie's paint. You can't take liberties on him in that way. And I wanted to get your take as a former defenseman, man. Like, it's not like you have to go in there and just start throwing bombs, but don't you have to do a little bit more there?
100%. And I thought, first thing I thought is Marchman can't even get there. Like, to me, I would have taken pride in not even letting him get to that blue paint. But if he does and then runs him over, if that would have been Louis back in the day, I mean, my glove would have been, I would have had pushing his face down through the ice or, popping him. Like, I was going to get a penalty of some sort. Like, to me, and especially when you have a guy like Craig Berube, as you know, Chief's not going to mind.
No.
Like, Chiefs, you're not going to be a healthy scratch, Carlo, although I'll get to you on my milk carton why you should be a healthy scratch. But to answer your question, he shouldn't have got there. And then once he gets there, you got to defend him. You got to defend your goalie 100%. And I kind of love what Stoley did. Like, some people might be like, it's too early. Why are we doing this? No, there's so much scar tissue and damage in Toronto that, like, it's only October or whatever. But boys, he wants to nip it in the butt right now. We got to play the same way every night. You got to protect me. Last year, Bennett fucking knocked me out of the series, right? So I think it's a big thing. And I like that he stood up and said something. Good Jersey boy. He had enough, and he could probably beat the wheels off of half that team.
Did he say it was it on the show or was
right after the game?
It was right after. It was in the
post-game scrum.
Yeah, okay, got you. I thought it might have been the next morning.
Yeah.
I listened to it.
I like the way I've watched the Leafs play a lot. They're my pick to come out of the East. I like the way they look. Their back end is another one that has a little concerning. But Stoley, I love it, boys. Continuing on here, moving around the National League, boys. Brad Marchand tonight, Tuesday night, goes back to Boston. Went out for dinner last night with the boys. They stuck him with the bill. My question to you, fine gentlemen, is simply this. How much money on the board tonight for a guy who just left, won a cup, coming back, has made tons of money, up dog? It's gotta have a 10 in front of it, doesn't it?
Minimum, maybe 25.
25 would be a National League move by this guy.
And going by the judging from their Stanley Cup bill that got circled around the World Wide Web back in the day from one of their parties, it was like 170,000, wasn't it? Like, the Bruins back in the day.
Casey, pull that up, please, fella. It might have been more than
Yeah, it was almost 200K. It was like 160, I think, wasn't it?
They were at some casino, right? Up in
Foxwood.
Foxwoods. There you go, Swishy.
It was like 170, I think. 160.
What did I say, 170?
Yeah, we were there.
You were in. Price is right. Stayed on Arthur. Yes. Look at all the fuck. Is that a good night out there?
Look at all that ace of spades.
That looks like ours at Peter Burgess' place back.
136 beers.
What did they really get stung with? How many? 9 bottles of Goose, Magnum Gooses.
35 Jager bombs.
Any bottles of still in there, just for good measure?
5 bottles of Jager.
Ace of Spades. 2 bottles of Ace of Spades.
What's that right there? Ace Magnum. 4,000.
What's the one for 10 grand there?
1 bottle of Ace Magnum.
67 Fiji waters.
Just bottles still, Opes.
Bottles still drinking water. Fuck.
In case you're on the disco biscuits, you're having a panic attack.
That's true. You got to have water.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You never know.
Sweat.
Grab a water, fella. You're kind of leaking there.
Yeah. So but back to it. What was it? What was?
I think it's got to be. No, I think it's
Money on the board.
Yeah, I 25 would be legendary.
It's a good solid team night out.
Just because he was the captain of the team, he came to Florida, he won a Stanley Cup, he got a 6-year fucking extension at 37 years old. This is where he's got to be, boys. 25 grand. If we come in here and beat these boys tonight,
He should almost put money up in Boston too on their
board, send a note over.
Just like I got $5,000 too. Fucking
$5,000 trainer.
Yeah, send a trainer over, be like, hey boys, if you guys beat us, I got $5,000 for the trainer.
whoever puts a pizza on my tape for a breakaway goal at $5,000.
I'm going to go home and watch that game right now, boys. So we'll see how it turns out. Around the National League, that was best league in the world. It is milk carton time here at Missin Curfew. You boys kind of teed it up for me. Well, Swishy, you did, so I appreciate it. Brandon Carlo, you are officially on the Missin Curfew milk carton. Watched him play the other night against Seattle, and I watched him play a couple times against the Red Wings. Listen, he had two 2-minute shifts, both because of a turnover from him, and then the shift continued because of his lack of foot speed and lack of ability to close gaps and use your stick. Listen, I don't know what's going on with him, but they need him to be a lot better than this. Like, the way he started off the season, he's making it harder on Morgan Rielly. Kudos to Cam Neely and Don Sweeney in Boston. You obviously saw something in this kid because he used to be kind of a beast, Swishy? And for whatever reason now, his boots look like mine. Make the safe play, but it's just been really bad for Carlos. So I'm trying to get him going here. He's officially on the Missin Curfew milk carton.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, Obes, when he was dealing with those concussion issues in Boston, I think he's kind of gotten a little away from being that hard-nosed defenseman. He was never going to be Adam McQuaid, but he kind of had shades of that where he played a physical game. He was one of those big, polarizing defensemen back there for the Boston Bruins. And then he had like 3 or 4 concussions over two or 3 years. And I think, longevity-wise, he's probably thought to himself, well, I maybe can't put myself in some of these situations that I used to do. Just in terms of making, you're maximizing your career, right? So that's one thing I've always kind of noticed throughout the last few years with him is kind of, he's more reserved. I wouldn't say soft, but he's definitely more reserved when he plays the game right now.
Yeah, concussions too. That's yeah. But fuck me, man. It was almost as bad as Jason Strudwick the shift.
Yeah.
You ever seen that? You never seen Jason Strudwick the shift?
No.
Or boy, yeah. At the old Joe Louis Arena against Zedberg and Datsuk and the boys, he loses a stick 3 times. They change. They go through their whole 4 lines.
No.
And back out again. Oh, yeah. He's out there with a short right-handed. What was he, a righty or a lefty?
He is a lefty.
So he's out there with someone's like right-handed twig. It is Jason Strudwick the shift.
Oh, my God.
This guy had 2 of them. Not quite as bad as that, but they were pretty bad. So you're on the milk carton. Thank you, KC, for putting that up. Taking somebody off the Missin Curfew milk carton here. Our boy, the Worm, Corey Perry, is officially activated. He will play his first game for the LA Kings. It's going to be weird seeing him in that uniform as a former Duck. But Pears is back, and in our line of work, it's good entertainment up, dog. It's nice to see him back.
Yeah, it'll be a good. Are they playing tonight too?
They're playing the Blues.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
They're playing your Blues.
We're in Seattle,
St. Louis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, they're in St. Louis. That'll be a good one. I have a milk carton.
Atta boy. What you got, fella?
I put this guy under, get him a beer because he looked like he was drunk. NHL referee Michael Markovic the other night in the fucking Florida Panthers New Jersey Devils game. Goes to the fucking camera and they get the call. And he comes back out and he's like, there's a good goal. Good goal. And then he's like, oh shit, no, sorry, it's a bad goal. And Florida's charged with their timeout and a penalty. And they're like, what? And he's there. Yeah, this fucking guy. Go to this. It's hilarious. But like, he actually owns it pretty good, although he says sorry. It's kind of it was a fuck up.
He butchers it.
Do you see it? Yeah,
that's good. I haven't seen it. That's a good way to do it. Give this guy Labatt blue. Look at him.
He actually points, and then he goes, "Oh no, shit! Oh no!"
Oh, he fumble. Hang on. Excuse me.
Number 31.
Oh boy.
And he still points.
Look at Maurice doesn't know what to
do. He's like, is this guy shit-faced?
Yeah, this guy. So he's on the milk carton. Michael Markovic, you fucker.
That is tough. That's not National League. He was panicking in his button there too.
Yeah. he
That
went
could-
left when he should went right.
That could be a nice little segment we can add into Labatt Blue Lights. Have another one. You've just had too many. Yeah, have another one, buddy.
Have another.
That Paul Maurice, I don't know if you've watched. You're probably too busy traveling and being single, enjoying yourself. But that inside the NHL, the face-off there, the last one, he comes in first period of Game 6, and he's like, "Holy fuck, boys! I just saw Marshy naked. That'll fuck you up for a couple months. That'll fuck you up for a couple months." I'm like, this is a guy you want to play for. So you got a milk carton, Swish?
I do, and I just want to. I'm going to put the National Football League in Roger Goodell on the milk carton. 2 games on Monday night. I'm not a fan of it.
Or two. I'm
A lot of football. There's Thursday nights, and you have college football on Saturday, Sunday. You got the full slate. Like, playing on Monday night used to mean something. When I think about Monday night football, I think about Randy Moss. He played at, I think, 16 or 17 career Monday night games, as many touchdowns. As a kid growing up, it's just like that one game. Like, it used to mean something to be on Monday night in prime time. And now with 2 games, it's just like it's overkill. I get it that they want the ratings to be higher and there's football on every day, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
No, I agree with it. And from a betting perspective, don't start the other fucking Monday nighter till the first one's done to let me know what exactly happens in my game. Like when they start the other one's still going, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on this one yet.
Yeah, I hate when that happens in the Sunday afternooners where you with that
Sunday afternooners, I know, but
the 4:05er start and you're like, hi. Or the two.
yeah, I kind of prepare for those though. I already have my bets in, and then if I'm kind of getting shellacked early,
Yeah.
But on the Monday nighter, I'm trying to end my week off. I want to know if I'm going to win this one game before I chase the Seahawks last night, which I should have done. But I'm with you. There's no need for 2 Monday nighters. Give me Troy Aikman and that nerd Joe Buck. I like Aikman.
I do. Yeah, and Buck's fine too.
You like Buck?
Yeah, he's got hair plugs. It's fine.
Yeah, fuck.
He's good.
Buck's good.
I just like hate when he talks about football like he played in the league. I'm like, what the fuck do you know, bud?
His dad was his career watching the sport, though. He knows a lot. But he didn't play.
Wasn't out there in the gridiron, though.
No.
He didn't fucking have to block somewhere.
You like Collinsworth?
Yeah, he's good.
I do too. No. Here's a guy.
Now talk about a guy who played in an era where receivers were getting murdered.
And not a lot of them were white fella.
No, that's true.
Still not, but
talk about coming through the middle back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not the best equipment, just getting drilled. Now that guy I got respect for.
he was an all-pro.
Yeah.
No, I know. He was Highlands player, yeah.
He was nasty. I like him. I really like him. I think it might be getting to the end for him, right? Sunday night football's been how many years now?
I think that their dynamic
15 years or no, they're great.
We could really take over like a 60-second bit on someone in the history of them.
Yeah.
Like it really is good. And he's stayed with modern day, like the way these kids are and shit. Like, fuck, it's pretty good.
So sorry, 2006 was their first year, and he's been there since day one, no?
I believe
I think he has. Every time I think of Sunday Night Football, I think of Chris Collinsworth, and I like him. It's a really good seat to have, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's a good seat to have.
Like
That's
to
the
give
business.
someone else. I mean,
He came up with Al Michaels, right?
Correct.
And then now it's Trico. Which Trico's good too. Trico's really good on golf.
Trico's all around good.
He's cerebral.
He's a fucking Swiss knife. He can do it all.
Yeah.
He'll go right from the fucking U.S. Open into the football back to Notre Dame football. He does it all.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So I like that. I like any time you can put Roger Goodell in the NFL on. They're making enough money. Don't let the boys watch some hockey.
It's overkill.
It's overkill.
Hold.
Boys, moving on here at Missin Curfew, Swishy. It's our Jägermeister Iciest shot of the night, fella.
Presented by Jägermeister, fellas. Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. For more, visit Jägermeister.com. Always drink responsibly.
We'll do some Jaggers with you boys on the road to fella tour. Morgan Rielly, KC, when you're ready, let me know, fella. I love this kid's game. I've always been a fan of his. And anytime a defenseman can come in and absolutely snipe one, I'm all for it here. Jumps in the play. Nice little play by Matty Nyes there. Muscles him. Matthews over here. Spink dink. Damn, that's cold. That's our Jäger Iciest shot of the night. That is short side Spinky as a D-man. I don't think I ever did that in the National League. Maybe in the jungle, but up dog, my man.
Oh, that's
NHL.
That is NHL.
That is
A
NHL.
little bit of chit chat on the rumor mill coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie that in right now. Rumor mill as well with the up dog is the up dog said to me over some wine earlier in the week, would you trade Vince Dunn straight up for Morgan Rielly? And I said no, because I love Morgan Rielly. Swishy, what are your thoughts on a Vince Dunn from Seattle Kraken for Morgan Rielly?
If I'm Toronto,
If you're true.
if you're Toronto?
No, I keep Morgan Rielly.
Oh.
I love Dunner, but I think Morgan Rielly is a little bit better off the puck. Dunner has higher end goal scoring ability from the top. Like he's really good on the power play.
Exactly what they need.
What they do need, but I just think in terms of being all around serviceable, I still stick with Mo Rielly. And he shed 15 pounds, boys. He looks light. I don't know if he's gluten free or he's eating with a short fork, but he looks good.
Yeah, he does. But it's an interesting trade because it would almost be like a fresh start for both of them in kind of different places,
It's a local
right?
kid.
Yeah.
Local kid, and then local kid from Morgan Rielly.
Morgan Rielly's from BC, boy. Like it's when you brought it up to me, I'm like, wow, that's an intriguing trade.
Yeah.
Fresh start for both of them. Kind of. Morgan Rielly's been in Toronto forever, but I think he loves being a Maple Leaf. But that would be, I think, a fair one-on-one hockey trade. If you pulled the 32 GMs, they'd be like, yeah, that's a good old-fashioned hockey trade there.
I like Vince's toughness.
He's tough. Well,
I like his toughness in there. He would go in there and go fucking, it's on me to be tough and play hard and not like try to do too much, but it would like, you'd see a new Vince done. And
Fuck, their numbers are fucking identical.
And Chief loves him too, right? Ups like he did. I mean, they won a cup together, obviously, but we had him in the minors.
Fuck me. That's crazy. Morgan's getting in the shooting lane a little more. He's got 109 blocks. Up dog, you know your shit, buddy.
Donner's a little younger.
Yeah,
He's a little more on his like, and he's a Stanley Cup champ. I mean, that's huge for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Familiarity with Chief as well.
I would love to get Brandon Montour on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Who do I got to trade to Seattle to get Montour in Toronto?
Morgan Rielly.
No, because I want him to play with Morgan Rielly.
Yeah.
Forward.
Nicky Robertson. Hold on. Let me go to the team here.
You got Robertson. You have
Monty's never going to go to Toronto, probably.
Domi. You have
I don't want to trade Max either.
okay. Well, you got to give a little.
I know. Okay. I'm coming. Okay, I'm going to give you Bobby McMahon, Nicholas Robertson, and a first rounder. Does that get me Monty? Do I need it?
It's sometimes you can fool him with a bag of
Are you shit?
bag of shit.
Okay, how many?
No, Bobby McMahon's good. He's a 20 goal scorer. Nick Robertson has upside that we haven't seen yet, but I mean, Monty kid fella.
I'd rather trade. I like McMahon. I forgot. Okay, I want to trade Robertson and Yankrook for Montour. Can I do that?
No.
I can't. Can I?
I think you could get. Would you give up? How about Waugh?
And you can have Jake McNabb too. McCabe, sorry. And you can have
Does he go Tanev straight up for him? He's making the same amount of money.
Fuck. If Carlo was playing better, yeah.
I like that option.
Yeah.
Monty can move the puck, dude.
Yeah, Morgan Rielly with Monty would be fucking like electric.
And he doesn't get tired either.
No.
He doesn't. He's all over the ice.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm making trades here. We're making trades.
We should just have a segment. Would you trade him for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trade him for this.
We're a segment show up, dog. We're a segment show. Speaking of that, it's time for our Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week, fella. Way to tee me up. And don't worry, fellas, we didn't forget about the progressive wares. If you're sick of getting ripped off, you can grab a progressive frame and lens included from just $85 when you use code CURFEW and thank me later. Next thing you know, knock on your door, there's Kits Eyewear. Jonathan Taves, Captain Serious, called me cancer back in the day. He might have been right. Actually. This is our Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. Watch this one, boys. Here, he's down low there at the goal line. Goes that way to retrieve pucks, hunt pucks, low to high, back down here, boom, back door, tapping. That is our Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. Keep rolling it, Casey. Great job by the Jets moving the puck around to begin with, but this is vintage Jonathan Taves. I still have nightmares about shit like this, back door to Patty Kane, but this is a slick little one-touch all around. Great job there, hunting down pucks. Little low to high, right here though, bing. That's NHL. That's a Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. That was nice, huh?
Yeah, I love it. Love seeing 19 back in there, and scored his first goal last night. So he's back on the score sheet, and it's a good thing. Big Winnipeg Jets.
He's proven me wrong.
Yeah.
I thought he'd struggle coming back just being laid off that long.
Is there anything better too? You don't get a ton of those looks as a D-man, but when you drop the knee for just that pass, how good that feels. Just a little one touch, drop the knee just for good measure. Oh, that's sexy.
I had one backdoor dish in my life in the NHL. Shout out to Marcel Gotch in Nashville, 4-4. Somehow Hornachuk threw me out there for it, but I was on this side on Marty Turco, and he slid it through that, and it was fucking right in my wheelhouse. Boom.
How are you?
I never had one on my forehand in the National League.
Yeah,
but yeah, right through the seam. Suck it, Marty. Those are nice.
Juicy.
Juicy. Swishy, always a pleasure, buddy. Love having you in town. Up dog, my man. Fucking goes Jays. We're going to the series. Thank you to all past media. Kyle, Casey, Conway, Max Ace, pick up. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.